Right, I'm not going to talk too much about Brexit and all this bullshit, but I've been quite intrigued about this sort of like Labour must back a second vote. And obviously, you know, usually I can't stand Tom Watson. He's a prick, especially with his open demands to ban Tommy Robinson. And let me just be clear about that, by the way. Like, that isn't me saying I agree with everything that Tommy Robinson says, or I agree with his approach, but I stand by his right to speak. I stand by his right to express himself, because you know what? If I can hear it and I can challenge it, then I'm happy. And I think freedom of speech is fucking important. I saw someone on Twitter yesterday going, "Oh, well, we can't have. What about the racists?" And it's like that same person I've seen say loads of racist shit on Twitter, and this is exactly the thing going back to the fucking revolutionaries. You're first against the block. The same person they're going, "Oh, what are we going to do about the racists?" That includes you, mate. That includes you. Jesus. But yeah, Labour must promise another Brexit referendum to counter the electoral challenge posed by Nigel Farage. I don't agree with Tom usually. I can't fucking stand him, to be honest. But I think he might be right here, you know. I think Labour's only position, and I'm saying this, you know, not from wanting or not wanting him, saying sitting on the fence is a mistake. He might be right. He might be right, in the same way that people are supporting UKIP and the Brexit party, and like they're like, well, fuck you, and all that. It might be worth taking the hit in terms of Labour. You know, you might get that swing vote. It really intrigued me when Tom said that. You know, he might be a prick, but he's the deputy leader for a reason. Ex-UKIP leader Mr Farage said a new referendum would be a total insult to 5 million Labour Leave voters. Yes, of course it would. I don't think we're going to go the way of... I don't think we're going to go the way Ireland did, are we, then, when they had their... Because they went through all this. They had a referendum, then they just had a second one. And in the second one, they took it like bitches. You might have seen that footage of... Corbyn over there saying, promoting leaving Europe and saying, well, if they do a second referendum, have a third, keep going until you're out. He's changed his tune, hasn't he? Bless his little face. I missed the chat then, so sorry. The People's Vote is founded by Superdry, who pay their employees 28p an hour. You'll get splinters in your bum. Referencing now, sorry about that. Thank you, Foxy, you are a legend. Bless your little face. Thank you very much, I do appreciate it. Ireland has got enough going on right now. Have you seen it? Yeah, there's a little sidebar on that. It's quite interesting, actually. For a start, I'll say it's disgusting that people are attaching this to Brexit on the level that it is. Because we know from our friend Bob Stew here that shit has been bubbling for a long time. But yeah, fuck me, Ireland. I suspect that there's a lot of very evil people who are very enthusiastically waiting to use Brexit, no matter what the result, no matter how it goes, border, no border checks, no matter how it goes, once the Brexit situation is resolved, they are going to use it to spread more violence. It's all kicking off again, isn't it? And I suspect, I'm sure people could educate me better on this, but I suspect it's austerity. You know, fence sitting, right? I get it now. Yeah, it's austerity, isn't it? If people are poor and they've not got property, they've not got jobs, they're easier to pull one way or the other. If they've got a job, if they've got a connection to the community, if they've got a family, then they've got more of a reason to get on with each other. You know, Nancy Pelosi has stirred some shit about Ireland. I know it's funny, isn't it? How Trump says something about Brexit and everyone's crying about foreign interference. You can't even look at Russia without people having a full fucking meltdown. But Obama and Pelosi come over here and it's like, your James O'Briens are holding up as like, oh, finally, someone with common sense. And it's like, Can we be consistent at least? You know, all countries fuck with all countries. I don't know. Bob Stewart said there's another security alert this morning in Derry. Fucking hell, mate. I'm sorry you're having to go through that. I really am. Oh, thanks as well. We've had another tweet. Listening live. Pay me later. Thank you for the other tweet. I very, very much appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, in terms of the Brexit thing, what do you guys think? Because, you know, all politics is a risk. Everything's a gamble. The UKIP getting Sargon on board is a gamble. It's a calculated risk. And I think, do you think, like, whether you're a fan of Labour or not, do you think the right gamble to take for Labour is to go all in on no deal? All in on, like, you know, repeal 50. Go and get back over there. I don't know. What do you think? I suspect, and I don't know because I'm not, you know, nobody knows for sure, but I suspect it's probably their best bet, but only in terms of not losing too many seats at this point. I don't think it's going to put them in power. Foxy says, I would like a full English Brexit with toast and a brew. We got to at this point, haven't we? I didn't get the oh, let's get it up actually. Where's my Google? Oof, Mail on Sunday. Their cover this morning was quite an interesting one actually. I don't know. Oh God, I'm on the Daily Mail. I'm on the fucking Daily Mail. 156 dead in Easter terror. I can't even deal with that right now, love. I can't. Jesus Christ, Sri Lanka. You know what, though? Respect to the fucking Daily Mail putting that on the front page. Big respect, actually. That's not something... look at that. It's funny shitting on the Daily Mail, isn't it? And they don't even have a politics section. Jesus Christ, guys. You've got an actual one called News. Is this the one? Oh, I don't know. It could be. Basically, it's the statistic that... there we go. This is the one. Go on, Graeme. Get it up. This is actually... My family's out. And you know when you're on your own in the house and you're like, oh, don't get that feeling very often. I was tempted. I didn't. But yeah... Brexit is killing us on the doorsteps. You've had a lot of Tory door knockers saying that they don't dare on people. They don't dare knock on people's doors at the moment because they're just so scared of the response. And I kind of get it, Danger Wank. No, I kind of get it. At least with the chat there, everyone watching knows the mad shit that people say to me whilst we're live. Do you know what though? That's still disappearing, isn't it? Bollocks! I didn't save it. Why didn't someone tell me? There we go. In fact, it's 2 minutes. Right. Now when you chat, there we go. Winner! 40% of Tory councillors back Nigel Farage's new party. Now there's a complicated thing here. Nigel Farage's new party is obviously like trashing everyone in the polls right now, aren't they? So obviously they're gonna sort of like, you know, hold themselves around it, aren't they? They're just gonna sync up to where everyone's like, oh, they're winning, they're number one. We support you. But the other side to that is, if you do remember in 2016, the reason we had the referendum was to stop the Conservative Party breaking in two. That was the reason. That's why they didn't give a fuck about you. They didn't give a fuck about, like, you know, really. I mean, obviously the people that wanted it, but the Conservative Party were tearing themselves apart. It was the only way they were going to win. It was the only way they were going to unify. Everyone goes on about that. You know, the referendum was advisory. David Cameron said before he was elected, it'll be a simple in-out referendum. That's what you'll get. Then David Cameron became the Prime Minister. And on the back of that result, so he was voted on under that promise. Then he delivered on the promise. He gave us the referendum. I voted Remain. I don't think Europe's perfect, but at the time, on balance, path of least resistance, as my brother put it, which which sums it up very well. Turns out I was wrong, because the way it's been since then, any organisation that makes it this hard to leave isn't worth being a part of. Ultimately, that's my perspective on it anyway. But yeah, so in terms of the referendum result to stop the Conservative Party ripping itself apart, March the 29th passed, and surprise, surprise, they're ripping each other apart again. 3/4 want Theresa May to resign. I am not surprised, and look at his smug little face. If the Conservative Party does break and Nigel Farage ends up being the leader of, because it won't be called the Brexit Party forever, it'll be, I don't know what they'll call themselves. Can you imagine Nigel Farage being one of the most influential and powerful politicians that has existed in this country since, I don't know, the Iron Lady, since Thatcher herself? Because that might be the way we're going. If enough people move over to the Brexit Party and it destroys or fractures the Conservatives to the point where her or her successor has to get down on their knees and beg him for mercy. Oh my God! Can you, like, I can't stand Nigel Farage, but oh my God, I kind of would enjoy the fucking schadenfreude of it, of whatever it's called, you know, the enjoying the hate. I voted Remain too. This is Foxy. I'm happy to admit I was wrong. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Look what's happened since. Have you seen that clip of David Cameron as well, giving that warning? He would say, you know, the day after the vote, we will put in Article 50, and then 2 years from then, we will leave on WTO. I think it was on Mar, and he's David Cameron, our Prime Minister, as he was at the time, saying, that's what's going to happen. And it was a warning. It was supposed to be a warning. WTO. and all the leavers watching it went, that sounds amazing. Yes, sign me up.